I'm Linda Gretzinger. My husband and I were serving with India 39. Yeah, a lot of us are here. We were the first family planning trained program of two, I think, that were trained for that, although many other people did family planning, I know. Is anybody from the second family planning trained group here? All right. We trained in Chicago, a perfect place, live in a fancy hotel to train for rural Maharashtra and urban Bombay. It was a good place probably to train for Bombay, although there was plenty of difference there. We were, when we went to India, I think we were 50 in married couples and 7 single individuals. And one thing from training was, it was the first time the U.S. government ever spent any money on family planning, at least above board. I won't talk about what they did that they didn't tell us, for women. Men in the service could have condoms, but women had to beg and plead to get birth control to go to India to do family planning work, and we were all married. Leave aside what if we weren't all married. Anyway, and then 7 of us were split off from the first group. We went to Madhya Pradesh. I was in that group. Those who stayed in Bombay and worked in various places in Maharashtra had the experience that the government of Maharashtra basically canceled the family planning program, either as they got to their site or within a couple of weeks or months. So creativity and was the name of the day. So they did about everything you can think of. I think the volunteers in Bombay worked in all kinds of related places like orphanages, and they did participate in family planning work. They did vasectomies in train stations. Well, they didn't do them, let me be very clear. As the American government misinterpreted it, they kind of stood by and watched. Anything more than that was called assisting, which a Catholic senator from Chicago objected to. We were engaged in something called genocide, and he didn't want us to do that. You all know that if you pay somebody about half of a day's wage to take 3 days off work, you're obviously bribing them to stop having more than 3 children. So it was forced sterilization. Unfortunately, I will say, in the 70s, India began a much more severely forced sterilization program, which was a great disaster and a great tragedy. But I don't think you could say we did that. A lot of us used the audiovisual training we had in our Peace Corps training in various different ways. I think perhaps we are famous for a few things. The first thing we're famous for is that Lillian Carter was in our group. So that did bring us some fame. Second thing that I think we could say we're famous for this weekend is we have among us the oldest living Peace Corps volunteer, Van Schuler, who is 105, is with us today. And one of the things that we did in preparation for the second reunion, which is ours this weekend, is one of our members invited all of us, and many of us sent statements about how the Peace Corps has affected our lives since, and other memories. And she hand-bound this absolutely beautiful anthology of stories from a number of us. And we had a little ceremony at the Library of Congress to deliver it yesterday. Was it only yesterday? I wanted to say a personal impression today. This is not just our group, but have you been with a group of even 10, let alone 200 people our age with this much energy and enthusiasm, not to mention experience and wisdom? I mean, this is so inspiring. I want every person 10 years younger than me and down to be with this group and say, and what did you do, and what did you do, and teach me how to do this. There is so much strength and wisdom in this gathering. It's just inspiring. Did I forget something important from our group? Oh yes, we have one member, Ron Cheddar, who was a Peace Corps director. Larry Brown, who has been a country director in, I think, 2 countries afterwards. And then the second Peace Corps group, someone named, I think, Carl Pope has been the director, maybe, of the Sierra Club. A member of our group has a book that she's written for sale here. There were 3 women who were 70 when they entered Peace Corps training who went with us to India. So if anybody's thinking about going back, don't give up the idea yet. When I went to a Peace Corps gathering in Chicago a few weeks ago, I met a woman who has only returned a year ago from somewhere in Eastern Europe, and she was 73. She's been there in Eastern Europe 2 years. So it's never too late to do it again. So that was India 39. It's wonderful to be here. Thanks, everybody.